Hello YouTube wheelers, and welcome to a new clip where I'm actually going back to these pair of skates. This particular pro model of the Nick LOMAX is the 3rd edition. So initially we had the Nick LOMAX Pro that came in black, the second one was in a earth brown, and now we have this forest green. From what I know, LOMAX actually chose this color from the color of his favorite beer. I know, right? But given the fact that green has always been my favorite color, this was a no-brainer to be able to exchange the AEON 60 Basic with these beauties. Now, I know what some of you might be saying, but Chris, those have the new and revised USD AEON cuff. This has the old cuff, as we can see here. It's true, but in my opinion, that looks a bit unfinished. Indeed, I have ridden them and the stability seems a bit more rigid, whereas these have just a bit more flex. Now, for me that I'm trying to basically learn groove grinds, having a bit more flexibility within the cuff is actually going to help me. And on top of that, I actually feel that this particular cuff is much more well designed. We can see that on the older version you have the belt, the strap that is entering inside the cuff, so you don't actually have to worry about hitting the strap on an obstacle, because on the new cuff you just have the strap going out like this, so any excess that you might have, that's probably going to touch on something. Other differences, we actually see the USD AEON 61mm, so basically quite a strange size that you're not bound to find, of course, apart from the stock wheels of the USD AEON, with a 90A hardness. Now, compared to the basics, these actually have a square profile compared to the round, almost bullet-like profile that the basic have. The thing is that the basics had the hub of the wheel made entirely out of plastic, and this was hollowed out, so you had quite a small space for the urethane to actually stick in. So that would have meant wheels that have a very short lifespan, compared to these that, as you can see, have the hub completely made out of urethane with a small inner plastic part. This will ensure not only that these will have a longer lifespan than the basic wheels, but on top of that, all of this extra urethane that you can see here ensures that you will have a bit more shock absorption when you do jumps or even come out of grinds. Another difference to the basics, we have this 45-degree strap. Now, this has been getting a bit of a bad name simply because it has been made a bit short. So if you have a larger foot, you might actually find that you are only going to use something like this. So a lot of it is actually basically wasted because they haven't made a larger strap. Of course, this is not necessarily a real problem, since you have the screws here and you can basically just take them off or exchange them with something else. My favorite part for these skates, of course, apart from the color itself, is the second skin liner. Now, this actually comes with a very tough tongue and a very thin material compared to something like the Skinny Boy liner. So upon wearing this, I actually felt that my feet is sitting very snugly inside. For reference, I have a 26.5 centimeter foot, and this is the 41-42 EU size.
If you've been following my channel, you already know that I'm first and foremost a flow and downhill skater, but skates such as these AEON 60s have made me believe that it's better to go past being a skating purist for a specific inline discipline. I have mad respect for all aggressive skaters, even if I love the freedom of free skating my way through the world. I'm far from an accomplished aggressive skater, but I do plan to at least try to reach the level of relaxation that this guy has with his AEON 60s basics.
Vai, direito para ele, mandar em cima.
Sure, he's just throwing some stalls here, but I assume he's a beast when he really wants to be. There's no doubt that there are other aggressive setups that may be even more forgiving for a skatepark initiate such as myself, but the huge sole and groove spaces that these skates come with, packed with cool looks and them being very light, around 1.7 kilograms, gives me enormous confidence to push on in this new skating chapter that I've opened on my channel. So that's it for this week's clip. I hope these first impressions and overview helped you out, and until next time, stay safe and skate safe.